fast vault, so you can only get it from one direction. The outside window 4-lane has the resources noticeably further apart. That and the way that this tile is built just makes it hard to connect the window to the pallet. But looping even just the pallet isn't that bad. For example, you could pre-drop this pallet and then the killer's not going to want to kick it. Why would you kick such a weak pallet? Well, the survivor can loop the long wall and take vaults on this pallet and get 2 or 3 rotations out of it before even getting hit. Obviously, looping something where you're guaranteeing a hit in the future isn't great, but if you're only looping this one tile like we're talking about right now, that's all you really have. You can vault this window from the inside, but most people will recommend you vault from the outside because then you have this guaranteed pallet coming up. Really, the greatest use for 4 lanes in general is just connecting them to other tiles. The trash pile gym is very similar to 4 lanes in the way the killer is going to walk along it like a grocery aisle. Because of that, we're really going to start drilling, resetting windows. Playing around the trash in the center of this loop is what allows you to make the window. So you run through the pallet, the killer goes around, you go back to the pallet, and you just repeat this dance around the pallet until one of 2 things happen. 1, the killer zones themselves too far towards the pallet and you take the window, or 2, they force you to drop the pallet and you end up doing 50-50s until you finally win one, in which case you can probably make the window. Once you vault the window, you might be tempted to instantly vault it again, and while this isn't a terrible idea, you don't want to vault with the killer on the parallel line of the window. You want to reset them so they're approaching from the pallet side. If the pallet's still up, that's great. You can run through the pallet and do the same thing you just did. If the pallet's down, it's a little more risky to head this way and maybe you should take the window vault, but you could play more 50s on the pallet and then win one and go back to the window again. It sounds more confusing than it is. You're just going around these islands in the middle and this is going to keep repeating. There are always obstacles inside a loop that don't have a pallet or a window that you loop around in order to orient the killer a specific way. Once the pallet is dropped, there's a lot of check spot mind games that can be done on this part to wait and listen for the killer, but that is beyond my ability to teach you in this video. Pallet gyms are pretty simple. They're just like filler tiles, but you can't see over them, so they give you some opportunity to mind game. All you really have to do is loop around the large side, pausing a little bit to make sure the killer's not doubling back. But a lot of people neglect this short side. If you can get the killer to respect this pallet